Part of what we've seen in the past year is that for some women who have been sexually assaulted, it takes years before they reach a point where they can step forward. I don't think they should be punished for it if they're not ready to report to law enforcement, but that they have made the very difficult decision to terminate that pregnancy. It's consistent with, we used to require that if a woman, before we would collect forensic evidence from a PERT kit, she would have to agree to report that assault and press charges. We made a decision not to re-victimize victims in that situation. I think this is the next step.
Sure.
Thank you.
Well, Senator, thank you for coming. Thank you for your eloquent discussion. Does the committee have any other questions? If
Mr.
not,
Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Senator Black. Did another? Senator Black, okay.
Mr. Chairman, I think everyone here has tremendous sympathy for victims of rape and certainly tremendous interest in punishing the offenders. But I think this particular bill opens the floodgates for state funding of abortion. It certainly invites fraud in using state funds in order to fund elective abortions, and for that reason, I oppose the bill.
Okay. Senator Locke.
Mr. Chairman, I applaud Senator McClellan for bringing forth this legislation. I think that I'm probably the only person sitting up here who's been a victim of incest. So I appreciate your doing this. So I think that women coming forward now is very, very important. And I don't think this opens the floodgates to anything other than women ending their victimization and being allowed to end that victimization. And I think that to simply say that women are going to come up and say, oh, give me an abortion, to ease their way out of an unwanted pregnancy is foolhardy. I'm just, upset at the fact that people think that way, and feel that way about us as women, and that we would deliberately do that. That's why women have been silent for so long and have not voiced, how that they have been raped and sexually assaulted or have been victims of incest because of the thinking, or some of the thinking that I've heard here. So I applaud you for what you're doing. And that's why I support this legislation.
Thank you.
Senator Locke, thank you very much. Also, Senator Peake, did you want to speak any more? It's still on the board. No. All right. Any other senator like to speak on this bill? Senator Chase.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I understand where you're going with this bill, and certainly as a mom of 4 teenage kids, a daughter and 3 sons, I think I have a very unique perspective to this whole bill, and that is one of protecting both our men and women and situations in which alcohol is involved. We all know many situations in which